It begins with a silence so deep, you could hear the beating of your own heart. And in that silence, a whisper. The old women of the village spoke of it. The drummers hinted at it. Even the hunters lowered their voices when its name was spoken. They called it the Great Leopard. Not just a beast of the forest, not just claws and teeth, but a spirit, a shadow, a judge. And the whisper carried a warning. Those who face the Great Leopard never return the same. Far away, at the edge of the village, lived a boy, an orphan. His name was Kweku. Thin frame, bare feet, eyes that carried hunger and hope together. He had no father to guide him, no mother to shield him, only the pity of strangers, and the laughter of other children, who mocked his torn clothes, his empty calabash, his silent evenings. But Kweku had something the villagers could not see. A fire, a quiet defiance, a heart that whispered, I am more than my sorrow. Every night, he sat beneath the baobab tree, the giant of the land, roots twisting like the arms of ancestors, branches stretching into eternity. There, he listened to the wind, he listened to the forest, and sometimes, he swore the forest listened back. One night, as the moon shone like a silver drum, Kweku heard it, the low, rumbling growl, not from hunger, not from storm, but from something alive, something watching. The Great Leopard. His heart froze, his breath caught, but the growl faded, and he was left with silence. The village lived in fear. Cattle disappeared, goats slaughtered, hunters vanished without a trace. The elders gathered in the great hall. Torches burned, voices trembled. What shall we do? They asked. This leopard is no ordinary beast. It carries the anger of the forest. It carries the judgment of the ancestors. And so they decided, a sacrifice must be made. The choice fell not on the rich, not on the powerful, but on the weak, the forgotten, the orphan. Kweku, let the boy enter the forest. One elder declared, if the Great Leopard is satisfied, our people will live. Whispers spread, eyes turned, and Kweku was marked. When the villagers told him, he did not cry, he did not beg, he only looked toward the forest, and said softly, if this is my path, then let me walk it. The people marveled. Was it bravery, or foolishness? The drummers beat a slow rhythm, as Kweku was led to the edge of the forest. The children pointed and laughed. The mothers covered their eyes, and the hunters whispered, he will not return. But the baobab tree stood tall, and its shadow stretched toward Kweku, as though blessing his steps. The forest swallowed him, darkness thicker than night, roots like serpents underfoot, eyes glinting in the branches above. Every sound was magnified, the snapping of twigs, the call of owls, the rustle of unseen wings, and then, silence again, a silence that belonged not to man, but to something greater. Hours passed, or perhaps only moments. Time bent in the forest. Kweku stumbled. He fell. He rose. And then, he saw them. Tracks. Huge. Fresh. The marks of the Great Leopard. His heart thundered. His body trembled. But still he followed. Step by step. Breath by breath. Until he reached a clearing. And there, two golden eyes pierced the dark. The Great Leopard. Its body glistened like polished night. Muscles rippled beneath spotted fur. Claws shone like blades in the moonlight. It did not move. It did not blink. It only watched. Kweku could not run. He could not fight. He could only stand. And then, the leopard spoke. Not with words of men, but with a voice deeper, older than language itself. Child of sorrow, why do you walk into my den? Kweku's lips parted. His voice broke. Yet he answered, because my people have given me. Because I have no one else. Because this is the path laid before me. The leopard's eyes narrowed. The forest shivered. The night itself seemed to lean closer. And then, the great leopard moved. One step. Another. Closer. Closer. Until Kweku could see its breath. Until he could feel its power. The boy's legs quaked. His chest heaved. But he did not fall. He whispered, "If you will take me, then take me. But I will not run." The great leopard paused. A low growl rumbled. Like distant thunder. Its eyes glowed brighter. And then, it Saturday. It sat. Like a king upon his throne. And in the silence that followed, the orphan realized. This was not the end. This was only the beginning. The forest held its breath. The leopard's voice rumbled again. "You did not run. You did not weep. So you will be tested. 3 trials. Fail, and you will feed the earth with your bones." Kweku swallowed. His voice trembled. "I will face them." The first trial began at dawn. The leopard led him to a raging river. Its waters roared with fury. The current spun like angry spirits. "Bring me the stone that sleeps beneath the river's throat." The leopard commanded. Kweku shuddered. "I will drown." The leopard growled. "The river takes only those who fear it. The brave find a way." So Kweku stepped into the current. The water dragged at his body, pulled at his legs, clawed at his arms. He stumbled. He fell beneath the waves. Darkness swallowed him. But in that darkness, his fingers touched it. A stone. Smooth. Heavy. Silent. He clutched it. He kicked upward. The river pulled him down. But he roared within himself. "I will not die. Not yet. Not here." With one final surge, he burst into the air. He gasped. He dragged himself to the bank. And there in his hands, the stone. The leopard rumbled with approval. The first trial is complete. The second trial began at dawn. The leopard led him to a tree. A giant, scarred with carvings. Its branches heavy with golden fruit. "Climb," it commanded. "Bring me the fruit of the ancestor tree." The bark cut his palms. The branches tore his arms. Twice he fell. But twice he rose. Higher, higher, until he touched the fruit. But the tree whispered, "Those who take must also give. What will you leave behind?" Kweku hesitated. Then he drew the river's stone from his tunic. He placed it gently in a branch. The heart of water for the heart of sky. The wind softened. The tree sighed. And Kweku descended. He laid the golden fruit at the leopard's feet. And the beast rumbled once more. The second trial is complete. The third trial was not of river, not of tree, but of spirit. The leopard led him to a cave. Dark. Silent. "Inside you will not meet me," it said. "You will meet yourself." Kweku entered. The darkness closed in. And from the shadows, a voice. "You are nothing." A figure emerged. Thin. Barefoot. Eyes hollow. It was him. The orphan. Mocked. Rejected. The shadow sneered. "You are weak. You will never rise. You are nothing." Kweku trembled. But he whispered, "No, I am more." The shadow laughed. It grew taller. It seized his throat. It crushed him. But in that moment, he heard another voice. His mother's. "Kweku, you are more than the world says. You are my son. You are chosen." Strength filled his chest. He tore the shadow's grip away. He rose. He cried out, "I am not nothing. I am Kweku. I am the orphan who lives. And I will not bow to lies." Light burst through the cave. The shadow crumbled. And silence returned. He stepped out. The leopard waited. The final trial is complete. "Your journey is not over," the leopard warned. "You must return. Not for yourself, but for those who cast you aside." Kweku walked back to the village. The people gasped. "How does he live? Perhaps he is cursed. Perhaps he is chosen." He stood before the chief. And he spoke. "I faced the river. I faced the tree. I faced myself. And I rose. You cast me away. But the forest called me worthy. Strength is not born of bloodline. It is born of trials. And I have faced mine. The villagers murmured. Some mocked. Others trembled. But the elder woman stepped forward. Her staff struck the earth. The forest does not lie, she said. If the leopard spared him, then he is chosen. People bowed. The chief clenched his jaw. But before his pride could strike, another cry came. The goats. Gone. The beast has returned. Fear erupted. The leopard again. Sacrifice. But Kweku shook his head. This is not the spirit. This is hunger. And hunger can be faced. The beast emerged. A leopard. But broken. Fur ragged. Ribs hollow. Eyes desperate. The villagers screamed. But Kweku stepped forward. He raised no spear. He lifted no stone. Instead, he stretched out his hand. You are not my enemy, he whispered. You are hunger. You are pain. You are what I once was. The beast snarled. Snapped. But stopped. It bowed its head. It accepted his hand. The villagers gasped. Mercy had tamed what fear never could. That night, the people brought food. They left it at the forest's edge. The beast ate and vanished. The people turned and they bowed to Kweku. The chief's pride boiled. This is trickery. He is dangerous. But Kweku's voice thundered. Strength is not in the hand that strikes. It is in the hand that spares. The people cheered. The drums roared. And the orphan was orphan no more. Years passed. And the story spread. The boy who faced the leopard. The orphan who became strength. His name carried across rivers. His trials sung by drummers. His courage whispered by firelight. Strength is not in bloodline. Not in wealth. Not in titles. Strength is in the trials we face. Strength is in the courage to endure. Strength is in the mercy to spare. Strength is in the truth of who we are, even when the world calls us nothing. And so, under the Great Baobab, the tale is complete. The orphan met the leopard. The boy became strength. And the village learned wisdom. If this story touched your heart, let the wisdom travel further. Subscribe to the Story Baobab, where wisdom lives and stories never die.